Welcome to the Underdark, an immense subterranean realm of twisting tunnels, endless caverns, and hidden horrors. A place where sunlight has never touched, and where even the bravest adventurers tread lightly. In this video we'll delve into the creatures and the sheer danger that makes the Underdark one of the most fascinating places in Dungeons and Dragons. The Underdark is more than just a series of caves. It's a vast, interconnected network of tunnels and caverns that stretch for miles under the world. It exists in almost every D&D setting, from Faerun in the Forgotten Realms to the dark tunnels beneath Eberron. But the Underdark isn't a monolithic expanse. It's divided into 3 layers, each more treacherous than the last. The Upper Dark lies closest to the surface, and it's where most adventurers might discover the Underdark for the first time. It's home to creatures like kobolds and troglodytes, and while dangerous, it's the most civilised of the 3 layers. The Middle Dark is a deeper region, where light becomes an abstract concept. This layer is the domain of the Durgar, Illithids and the Drow, each a formidable force with their own cities and empires. This layer is where the true power of the Underdark lies. The Lower Dark is the final and deepest region of the Underdark. Little is known about this place, and it's rarely survived by those who venture into its depths. Here, ancient horrors sleep, and unknowable terrors roam freely. It's a place of pure nightmare. These layers are not uniform, and the geography is wildly varied. Caverns might be as small as a crawl space, or as vast as a kingdom. Rivers of lava, bottomless chasms, fungal forests are just some of the features that adventurers might encounter. But what truly sets the Underdark apart is the isolation from the surface world. Most of the denizens here have never seen the sun, and their societies have evolved in total darkness. This leads to a world that is alien, hostile, and utterly unique. Despite its dangers, the Underdark is teeming with life. Life that is as intelligent as it is deadly. Entire civilizations thrive in its darkness, each with its own unique culture, politics, and ambitions. The Drow, perhaps the most infamous of all the Underdark's inhabitants, and they're called the Drow or the Dark Elves. They dwell in sprawling cities like Menzoberranzan, built into enormous caverns. Drow society is matriarchal, ruled by powerful priestesses of the demon goddess Lolth. Intrigue, betrayal and violence are the cornerstones of their culture. Drow are known for their cruelty, both to outsiders and to each other, and their skill in magic and combat is unmatched. But not all Drow are evil. Some, like the legendary Drizzt Do'Urden, have rejected the dark heritage. The Durgar. Further down in the Middle Dark lie the cities of the Durgar, or Grey Dwarves. These grim and industrious people were once enslaved by mind flayers, and their society still bears the scars of that torment. Durgar are master smiths, capable of crafting weapons and armour of exceptional quality. Their cities are fortresses, and they are constantly at war with their neighbours, both above and below. Durgar are known for their dour outlook and unyielding nature, making them formidable foes and allies. The Illithids. The true rulers of the Middle Dark are the Illithids, or Illithids if you prefer, or Mind Flayers. These psionic monsters are some of the most feared in all of D&D. Illithids subsist on the brains of sentient creatures and enslave entire populations with their mind control. Their ultimate goal is to return to the heights of their ancient empire, when they ruled the multiverse. They live in colonies led by elder brains, massive, pulsating organs that control and guide their actions. Encounters with mind flayers are often deadly, as they are among the most cunning and intelligent beings in existence. Okay, so the Underdark is also home to countless other creatures. Beholders, with their multiple eyes and reality warping powers. They carve out their own lairs. The Deep Gnomes, or Svirfneblin, they live in hidden enclaves, constantly defending themselves from the Drow and the Durgar. And then there are the Aboleths, ancient creatures from another age, whose memories stretch back to the dawn of time. Every corner of the Underdark is filled with life, and every step deeper into its depths brings new dangers. The creatures of the Underdark are not the only dangers that the adventurers might face. The very environment itself is hostile. Simply surviving in the Underdark requires caution and preparation and a fair bit of luck, I suppose. One of the most insidious threats in the Underdark is the pervasive sense of madness. The endless darkness, the isolation, and the ever-present danger can drive even the strongest-willed adventurers to the brink of insanity. The madness is often exacerbated by the influence of certain creatures, like the mind flayers or the aberrant horrors that dwell in the lower dark. Over time, this madness can lead to paranoia, hallucinations, and even violence. Then there's the environmental hazards, unstable tunnels, toxic gas vents, sudden drops into bottomless pits are just a few of the natural dangers. Water is scarce, generally, and what little exists is often tainted or guarded by vicious predators. Food is also hard to come by, and the adventurers might have to rely on poisonous fungi or fauna of the Underdark to survive. Now, there's also some unique threats like the phase res, a magical radiation that permeates much of the Underdark. This mysterious energy can interfere with spellcasting. It can cause mutations, and it can warp the fabric of reality itself. It's one of the many reasons that magic is often unpredictable in the Underdark. Encounters down there are rarely straightforward. Even a simple exploration can turn deadly in an instant. The creatures here are perfectly adapted to the environment. They know every shadow, every hiding spot, and they're expert at ambush tactics. Whether it's a drow raiding party, a Durgar patrol, or a hungry roper lurking in the darkness, adventurers must be constantly on guard. Now, for all its dangers, the Underdark also holds secrets and treasures beyond imagining. Ancient civilizations have risen and fallen in these depths, leaving behind ruins and artifacts of great power. Adventurers who dare to explore these forgotten places might find relics of the past, powerful magic items, lost knowledge, or even portals to other planes of existence. But these secrets are not without their own dangers. Many of these ruins are guarded by powerful curses, traps, or even remnants of the civilizations themselves. Some think that the deepest parts of the Underdark are somehow connected to the Far Realm, a plane of madness and chaos, and that the influence of that place can be felt throughout the Underdark. For DMs, the Underdark provides a rich setting for campaigns. It's a place where anything can happen. A journey into the Underdark can easily turn into a campaign of survival, exploration, and horror. The oppressive atmosphere, the constant danger, the sense of isolation. It makes for a unique experience which can challenge players in a way they won't get anywhere else. So the Out of the Abyss module, for example, takes players deep into the Underdark. The adventure begins, spoilers, with the characters captured and imprisoned in the Underdark already. And as they attempt to escape, they explore the regions of this vast and perilous underground realm. So here's a quick glimpse at the key areas in Out of the Abyss because they're in the Underdark. Velkenvelv, that's a drow outpost. There's a cruel drow priestess of Lolth called Ivara Mizrim. This outpost consists of small caves that serve as barracks and guard posts and slave pens. There's also a shrine to Lolth and a small armoury. Quite near that there's the Dark Lake. The Dark Lake is a vast underground body of water. It spans hundreds of miles. It's both a barrier and a means of travel. It connects various parts of the Underdark. The waters are cold and dark and have things in it like Kuotoa, aboleths, and there's numerous settlements around and in the Dark Lake themselves, Kuotoa outposts, for example. And then you might find yourself in Slubladop, a Kuotoa settlement located on the shores of the Dark Lake. This town is torn apart by religious conflict between worshippers of the Sea Mother, Blibdul Pulp, and a new cult that has begun worshipping the Prince of Demons. The town's built from huts made of mud and reeds, and then as we travel onwards we might go to Gracklstug, City of Blades. It's a Durgar, Grey Dwarf, city, and it's a major hub of trade. Forges are burning day and night to produce weapons and armour. It's also a city rife with tension though. Gracklstug is divided into several districts. The Dark Lake District, the Blade Bazaar, massive market, and the Deep King's Hall, where the Durgar King is. The city is heavily militarised, and there's also a load of Derro around who are insane dwarves. So it gives the city a whole unstable feeling. But a much nicer place down the road is Neverlight Grove, home to the Myconids, a race of fungal creatures. They talk to each other in mushroom circles telepathically and can merge with your brains to talk to you. Further in, you might reach Blingdenstone. This is a deep gnome settlement. It was once thriving, but now it's a shadow of its former self. The Deep Gnomes are trying to reclaim it as their own, but they're fighting like ghosts of the past and oozes even. It's a labyrinth of tunnels and caverns, with sections that are still in ruins from past drow invasions. And then there's the City of Spiders, Menzoberranzan. It's the most famous drow city in the Underdark. It's the heart of drow civilization, ruled by powerful noble houses and the priestesses of Lolth. So the city's built in a massive cavern, and it has towering spires and dark Gothic architecture. Each noble house is a fortress, and the city is a labyrinth of intrigue, assassination and religious fervour. And then on to the labyrinth, which is so complex and winding that you can get lost in there forever. No surprise that you can find minotaurs in the labyrinth, and strange altars and symbols dedicated to Baphomet, and whatever you want to throw in really. The only difficulty in DMing it is to constantly have words meaning tunnel, but not always using tunnel and stone. Yeah, you know stone? Dirt? You're going to run out of words for those. But it's different to above, it's different to the Feywild, so take your party down there at least once. I hope that helped.